Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rekha and I'm teaching you Java, that is core Java. And in previous session we have seen the first program of Java, that is Hello World, where it has displayed Hello World in the command prompt. I have shown you this program. So today we will see the closer look at the program. Let's begin. So this is the first program I have shown you, and uh, before telling about the program, see, first we should mention, and it is not compulsory but always beneficial and recommended that if you are writing the comment section, this is the first is the comment section. This part, let me show you. Yeah, this is the comment section, slash star, which I have see hello world displayed by the program. This is what I have mentioned here, and this uh, because it is mentioned here, it is for the programmer. This is basically for programmer to know what before, like in the first part or in the first when you were writing coding the program, what you have done. And suppose later in future you want to modify something and you come back and you want to see what you have done, so it is always easy to understand what were you doing when you were coding the program and what all changes you can reflect later for the other programmers. So it is easy for other programmers as well and for individual. So there are three kinds of comments. See, there are three kinds of comment section. And one more thing I want to say, that these comments are always ignored by the compiler. So but are useful for other programmers, as I said. So but it is always ignored by the compiler. So it won't be printed. Whatever you mention in the in this slash star in between this, the text will be only for the user, for the programmer, not for the program. So it is always ignored. This is one thing you should understand. And Java supports three kinds of comments. So these are the three which I have listed here. And first one, just let me show you 1 second. This is multi-line comment. This is multi-line, and this is single line comment. And this is for the documentation, and it is this indicates a documentation comment, and the Java doc tool uses this documentation command when preparing an automated generated documentation. So for time being, just leave this, but these two are very important. And 1 second, let me, yes. So these are the three ways to have a comment section in the beginning of the program. So now coming to the class definition block, this is how it looks. So first we begin with the class name. This is the class name which we should mention, and it is, we will see the naming of class and method and variables later. So first, for timing, you just understand this is the class name which you can give just the way in the example I gave demo. So like that we can put any name. And then this is the open and closing curly braces, where we write in between this, we write the coding part, whatever you want to mention in the class for the program. This is how it looks. And then comes the main method, which a class should have. The main method is very important, where it begins. Your program get executed from main method. So here it is, the main method signature follows any of these three. So you should mention in the same sequence, either this or this or this way. But please remember at least one. And while writing the code, you will definitely remember, I hope, this one, because always programmers, they remember this: public static void main string arguments array. So here in this public static or static public, these two are the modifiers which can be written in either order. Okay, and main method is the main name, and this accepts a single line argument or an array of elements of string type. This is the string type. As you can see, within the bracket we are sending the number of we are passing the arguments. uh, so through this we can pass information to the program or the application. Finally, we have that system out dot println. That is where we display the uh, hello world. So that is that uses the system class for core library to print hello world message to the standard output. This is what where we have already seen. Now coming to object and class. So object and class, they are very important because as I already told you that oops concept is very important, and this is the beginning here, object and class, and it is Java is object oriented, so you should know what is object. So object is like a real entity, for example pen, chair, table, anything has the which has the state and the behavior. Like you have pen is for, it's any color or any shape, that can be the state of it. And what is the behavior? It is like you write it, you write with the pen, so that can be the behavior of it. Similar, type. Or you can take an example of a building, of any building. So building is the object, and the blueprint of the object of this building is the class. This is the class. So a class is a blueprint or design or logical entity which we define in this class. And object is the it's the instance of the class which we are defining it, and we can take it like physical entity. So this is the definition. And now coming to how it looks. So object object has three characteristics. So this is explained here. First, it is storing the field state, something like this. For example, height and width of any of any rectangular shape. I'm giving height and width. This is the two variables, and the functionality or the behavior I want is to calculate area or perimeter. Just one example I'm giving you. So here it is storing the what variables you want, or the literals we want to give to the variables, constant values or variable values, and then you are using it for perimeter to find it, and to know the area of any shape. So this is how. And one more thing, it also has, see, one second, this object has three characteristics. Two we have seen, the state and the behavior. One more is identity. This is not for the user, for external use. It is for the JVM. This is given by JVM for each and every object created by it. That is unique ID, so that it will know about the object created. So this is for unique identity. So all these three characteristics an object will have. Now coming to class, class has fields. In the class, what you are going to define, you will define fields, methods, constructors, blocks, nested classes, and interfaces. So remaining we will see in future classes. But for time being, at least you are aware now that fields are nothing but the variables, which, like example, width and height, and the methods like main method, and the behavior which you are looking for, some functionality you want to do with these methods. So object knows something, object does something. So object knows something is variables, and object does something is the functionality. So this is, I hope, thank you for this, and I hope you understood the concept of what I have taught you today. So let's see, and in next class I'm going to give you the basic Java basic language basics we are going to start with. So please do subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.